Okay. Hello, everybody. I have my gimbal now. It is Christmas Eve in Palm Beach County, Florida, and I am doing my annual Christmas Eve beach walk. We're at a beach in Jupiter, and I am here with a special guest, my mom. You may recognize her from my Italy video. So we love this beach, but look at this. If we look out there, hello! If we look out there, you'll see people having all sorts of fun in the water. So feel free to say hi, feel free to let me know where you are watching from. And while we walk, in addition to giving you some moments to just enjoy the water, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Palm Beach County. Oh, they say hi, Megan's mom. So for anyone who doesn't know, I grew up in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. And every year for Christmas, my tradition is coming back to Palm Beach County, Florida. I come back and I have a true Florida Christmas, and I was thinking about it. And you know, I have my traditions that I always do when I come back to Palm Beach County, but I didn't realize how big Palm Beach County is. Oh my goodness, you're watching from Morocco. Morocco is one of my favorite places in the world. I visited there a few years ago, and fun fact, I made my apartment in New York City look like a Moroccan Riyadh. The south of France is nice too. So this specific beach where we are at, we call it Doggy Beach because you can bring your dog. And I used to have a Pembroke Welsh Corgi, so we would bring him here and he loved it. I feel all the dogs love it. Merry Christmas, Bob. Oh no! Hello, puppies. Can I say hi? Hello, puppy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, oh, are you posing?
Oh my god. I know.
What's your dog's name?
Yeah.
So I love dogs.
You're funny, That's a great dog.
Ready for the holidays. So something about Palm Beach County is it's huge. I think it's something like 2,500 square miles. I don't know if I have that number exactly correct, but this is going to be really funny. I was thinking that, hello Louie, I was thinking that Palm Beach County in many ways is like a beef Wellington. You have the outside crust, and that's where we are right now. That's the part on the beach, on the water. It's what you probably see if you look up Palm Beach County and you see people having fun doing their water sports, surfing, playing in the water. And then the next layer, what I call the mushroomy bits, that's the city area of Palm Beach County. That's where you have West Palm, it's where you have Boca, it's where you have Delray and Boynton Beach. And then the next layer, that's residential. That's where you're going to get those amazing golf courses. We have a huge number of golf courses and where people tend to live. And then as you go even further west, further away from the water, you start to get farmland. And the first farmland that you hit, it tends to be very equestrian. You'll see lots of really fancy horse areas. We have polo grounds. And then as you go even further west, you get the sugarcane fields. if you've had American-made sugar, there's a good chance that that sugar started in the sugarcane fields here in Palm Beach County. So the area where we are now is Jupiter, which is it's more north in Palm Beach County, and we're obviously on the beach. So if you have any questions, so we're the northern end. So my mom's more of an expert than me, so I'm just gonna ask her. We're not all the way north in Palm Beach County, though,
Yes,
right?
we are.
Oh, we are.
We're almost into Martin County.
Okay, we're as far north.
Maybe 2 miles from the next county north. But then if you followed the Atlantic Ocean, which is what you're looking at, south from Jupiter, you would hit Palm Beach, Delray Beach, Boca Raton.
Here, I'll turn the camera around so they can see us.
Yeah. You'd hit those towns, and then after Boca Raton you'd be in Broward County, which would be where Fort Lauderdale is. So we're about an hour's drive north of Fort Lauderdale, but this Atlantic Ocean is the whole east coast of Florida. And right now it's kind of angry.
My apologies if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly. So Nabul says it looks super windy. This is windier than normal, right?
That's why all these kites are out. That's
Well,
why all these
turn it around.
That's why all these kite surfers are out.
Try to
Because
turn
it's
it around.
perfect.
It's hard to finger being
It's
there.
perfect weather for kite surfing.
And growing up, I knew that people surfed here.
How it works. This is their weather. There's weather for everybody. When it gets like this, it's maybe, I don't know if this is, I don't see surfers, so I have to think it's better kite surfing weather.
I came in September, I came down here and the waves were huge and we did have a lot of surfers. Is the wind warm? It is pretty warm.
We're comfortable dressed like this.
Yeah, I'm wearing a dress with a light jacket and I'm okay. It's just more that I have to tie my hair back. I'd say the temperatures are like the mid 70s today, which is decently normal.
There's a surfer.
See if any of the surfers want to talk to us.
Let's see if they'll talk.
My mom's really good at approaching people and talking to them, so she's probably going to ask him if he wants to be on camera.
Yeah, I guess.
Like the waves?
Oh, let's see.
Good? Because we don't see a lot of
Could I interview you about surfing?
The surfers aren't usually here. They're in a different area.
a different area?
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's good. They're near the pier.
We'll go down.
Yeah, you'll see some surfers.
This is the kite surfing.
Yeah, exactly.
So what he was saying is that this specific area is more of an area for kite surfers, and the normal surfers, they are closer to the pier. I don't know how well you can see it. The pier is like way over there. There's a building that has a blue roof, and the pier is actually quite a bit beyond that. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas, Mary. Thank you for joining us. As I mentioned before, feel free to ask any questions that you have. Now, my mom and I were trying to come up with a list of advice for people if you are coming to visit Palm Beach County. So our very first piece of advice sort of loops into the question of, is the wind warm? So our first bit of advice is always bring a light jacket with you wherever you go, because in addition to wind, air conditioning here, it gets so cold in shopping malls and offices. If I recall correctly, Mom, you at one point had a heater, a space heater.
Oh, in my office, we all had space heaters. Everybody had a space heater. Everybody still has a space heater. Dad goes to work with a big undershirt on.
Here we have a little bit of a tree. It's going to give you a moment of ASMR with the water.
waves, it's like glass out there. There's no waves at all. You can go out there with your paddleboard.
Yeah,
It's fine.
I feel like most of my beach memories are a very calm beach, and you'll often see dogs running around playing in the water. So other bits of advice for if you're visiting Palm Beach County. So always bring a light sweater, and you really do need a car. We don't have great public transportation. There are some things, like we have a Palm Tran, we have Ubers and Lyfts. There's Tri-Rail, which can get you from like Palm Beach or West Palm Beach to Miami. But you really want a car. That's going to give you all the freedom to really explore, and you can get to all of the beaches here. Also, for anyone who's here, let me know how the sound is, because it is so windy. I know sometimes it can be really abrasive with that wind.
This is not swim weather.
Yeah, often I'll come down for the holidays and the water will be warm. Let's just see. I think the water temperature was 77 yesterday. So let's see. Oh, it's not so bad. It's really not that cold right now. Oh, I'm so glad. The sound is great. Look at this wave coming. The water's really not that cold. I do think that 77 is probably an accurate assessment of the temperature. I'm gonna try to brave it. Woo! My feet are in there somewhere. It's really not that cold, so that's good to know. But we do have, oh, see what I see? We have jellyfish. I've seen a lot of jellyfish this week. There's another jellyfish. Oh yeah. So my mom pointed out, the tide is coming in. If you're planning on visiting any beach, you know, the tides are really important to pay attention to, and you'll really often plan your entire day around the tides. High tide, that is when the water covers up as much of the beach as possible, and the water gets very deep. So let's see, Mom is pointing out here, if we look this way, you'll see this little ridge. And that little ridge marks where the water will be when it reaches high tide. So right now the water is approaching that little ridge. So we still probably have at least an hour until high tide. But when it gets to low tide, we'll sometimes see sandbars out there, coral reefs. You'll be able to walk pretty far out, and there will be a significantly larger amount of beach.
She's going to get buried in the sand, right? Are you going to bury her? What? Are you going to get buried?
Yeah. Favorite activity, to bury your friends in the sand. Here we have a sand pit. Oh, here we go. We're burying friends in the sand. So what is this building up here?
No idea.
Something that's always interesting is even if you grow up in a place and spend decades in an area and visit often, there's always new things to discover. I feel like I know that there's a theater really close to this place called Malt Jupiter Theater. I've performed there a few times. And I feel like I've come to this building and I ate something here. So I do think it is a restaurant. So So what's everybody doing for the holidays? Let me know if you have any fun activities planned for tonight or tomorrow. It is heavenly and warm. Listen, I love New York City during the holidays. It is so magical, but I have a very hard time imagining Christmas and not being in Florida and having it be warm, dancing on the beach. So right now we have a little interesting conundrum, which is the water is sometimes hitting this wall, but we're gonna brave it to walk around. Oh, we got a little birdie. Oh my goodness, Kate, tell me about your first time in New York City at Christmas. I'm so curious. What did you do? What pieces of advice would you have for anyone? Because I have my pieces of advice that I give, but so does everyone who visits New York City. So I would love to know if you found any secret gems, restaurants, if you had any favorite attractions. When I come here to visit, oh, here we got a big jellyfish. Look at that. It's funny, it doesn't even look real to me. So when I come to Palm Beach County to visit, I always have things that I do every year. We go to Lion Country Safari. Lion Country Safari replicates an African safari experience. And if you follow my channel, you'll know that in October, I visited South Africa. I was in South Africa. I went on a safari in South Africa, and it was great and it was wonderful. But it also made me appreciate exactly how amazing Lion Country Safari is. It does a really great job creating that safari experience in a truly authentic way. There is a wildlife preservation center called Loggerhead. It's dedicated really to all sea life, but it really specializes in loggerhead turtles and turtles of all kinds. You can go see turtles that were found injured and they're getting nursed back to health. And then if you're a history lover, you'll really want to visit Palm Beach. Or there's also a lighthouse, the Jupiter Inlet Lighthouse, and they offer tours. You know I'm a big fan of tours. We got doggies up ahead. So if you're just joining us, we're at a beach in Jupiter that we call Doggy Beach. I don't know if that's the official name.
We're in Juno Beach now.
Oh, we've left Jupiter. We're now in Juno Beach. But this is a dog-friendly beach. So you can bring your dogs. And, ooh, hopefully we will get to go see some being cute. Ooh.
One thing I noticed about Doggy Beach is that they're all well behaved here because they're so happy to be here.
Merry Christmas in Germany. That's so exciting. I hear that German Christmases are astounding, the holiday markets. Oh my goodness, there's a human in the water. Okay, so Kate says it was so festive, absolutely loved it. We had an 8-year-old. What we did, the Rockettes were her fave, the Lego store, MoMA design store in MoMA. She didn't love MoMA, Top of the Rock. Top of the Rock is great. Merry Christmas, New York Metro Rover. we're gonna go look at some dogs being cute on the beach. Yeah, they really are the happiest dogs on the beach. I know that like scientifically dogs can't smile, but they look like they're smiling when they're at the beach. Ooh, Pedicab in Central Park, Ellen Stardust Diner, Spyscape. Oh, I've been to Spyscape once and it was a ton of fun when it first opened. Oh, the doggies are on a leash. Those doggies are on a leash. A lot of times when the dogs come to the beach, they are off of leashes and they go running into the water. Looks like we have some dogs with freedom up ahead. Okay, so Kate says that if you go to New York during Christmas, try to do things near your hotel or grab a hotel near the things you want to do. That made our trip easy. That is literally the number one bit of advice I have. I know that not everybody's finances let them have a hotel in Midtown. I get that, I understand that. But if you can, I think that having a hotel in Manhattan, be like south of 72nd Street, is just going to put you in prime location for so many attractions, especially if you're traveling with kids and you want to go back to the hotel and take a nap or change your shoes or drop off shopping. It's such a game changer. We also went to the library with the lions. I'm not sure what to call it. The lineup for Rainbow Bagels was shocking, so I owe her one next time. So the library with the lions, that's the New York Public Library, and it is the Schwartzman building. It's the Schwartzman building of the New York Public Library. There we got a little doggy. I always try to find corgis. I don't think I see any though. Now these sea oats, Mom, are those sea oats there to prevent erosion? So something that happens is the sand gets washed by the waves out into the ocean. So to try to preserve the beach, they plant these sea oats to try to anchor that.
You can see there the cliff's getting a little higher when the tide comes in, right?
Yeah. So that's, earlier we saw like a little tiny ridge that marked where the high tide was. This is a giant ridge that marks where the high tide is. And then we have those sea oats, and then we have some very lucky people who live on the water, and a very happy doggy. Yeah. And for anyone just joining, this is my mom. And she just assessed the water temperature.
Yeah, the water is nice. Like if it wasn't so rough, it would be.
I'd be fine going in.
Good for swimming.
I'm a bit of a wimp when it comes to temperature, and I think it's fine.
Because right now you can see all the undertow, so it's not the safest probably to be in there. But if it calms down, we'll be in there.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do a Christmas Day swim. It's interesting because we have swimming pools all over South Florida, as you can imagine. The swimming pool at the health club that Mom belongs to is unheated at the moment, and it's really cold. But this water is pretty warm. And as I was saying, I really just can't abide cold water at all. And this felt decent. Oh my goodness.
The tide's coming in.
Hold on.
What's happening? Look at that cliff.
Wait, I'm gonna have you hold this for a second and just turn it around because I want to show. The water just came and got my skirt very wet. So we're gonna probably do a little tying of the skirt to make it a little more high tide beach friendly.
But look, it's interesting how the cliff's getting higher.
Okay, so Kate asks, what do you mean when you say see all the undertow? Is that the way the waves curl? So
See them come in and then look at the ones going out. It's the ones going out that are the undertow.
and the ones that go out, are they going in a different direction or just that they're going out with like a lot of speed?
A lot of speed. Like that there are days when there's no undertow. Like it's so mild that you don't feel anything going out.
Yeah, like let's see what happens to this coconut. We might be able to like throw the coconut in the water and demonstrate it a little bit. It's like the most Florida thing ever. This is a heavy coconut.
From a palm tree.
Oh my goodness. I don't know, but we're talking about humans and this does not weigh as much as a human. So let's just see
But right now, yeah.
if we can demonstrate. If I throw it out there.
Oh, you're not gonna be able to see it now.
It's sank. But let's see if when the water subsides. Oh, there it is. But you'll see it's like rolling pretty fast in that direction. Let's see if this wave catches the coconut. So there's the
Okay, so
coconut.
up. Let's see if they'll get down.
Okay. So right now I think we're too far in, but if you were to throw that coconut to a little bit further out, or if you were to get something that didn't immediately sink, it would,
Something that was lighter.
yeah, like humans float in the water,
And that's
as
why it
coconuts
gets
not.
so dangerous to go out there now, because you might get caught by the undertow and it can take you way out. It can be really strong and powerful, and just you'll get way out there and people panic and fight it, and that's how they can drown.
Now if you
have
get,
to just let it, you have to just relax and let it take you, and then figure out how to get back.
if you get caught in the undertow,
This is the tide coming in.
yeah, if you get caught in the undertow, you're supposed to relax and just
Sure.
swim parallel with the shore.
But see, it's getting closer and closer to the cliff. So I should check the tide, but my guess is that it's got to be close to high.
It's been coming in just during this walk.
Yeah, but there are days when you can just go out there and float and nothing. There's no waves, no wave action. So this is pretty exciting.
It's really good for photos.
Now look at the cliff. It's even higher.
Now, is there a reason that we're not seeing a lot of shells? Like when we go to Sanibel, we get lots of shells, but here I've seen some jellyfish.
It's too rough. They get broken up. They get broken up into itty bitty things.
So Florida is a peninsula, and where we are right now is on the east side of the island.
Like it gets deep fast here, and so it's a different environment. Sanibel is shallow, and the shells can survive.
And this
Here
is
they can't survive the deep ocean.
this is not a good place to come for shelling, but
Unless you go out.
hi Dewey.
If you're out in a boat with snorkel gear, scuba diving, you can find great shells whole, but you have to get out.
Yeah, I have a couple of friends who used to do a lot of scuba diving further out, and they get beautiful photographs. There's a very rich aquatic ecosystem out there. Now manatee, they don't come out here usually. They stay in the intercoastal, correct?
Right. We get sharks.
There are sharks out here. How's the big three? What's the big three? I'm sorry, I don't know what the big three is.
The big what?
The big three. So we get shark. We have marlin. Are there marlin sailfish?
Yeah, they're further out.
Oh. The Big Apple's favorite fire hare. She is in Florida for the holidays.
When it's not rough like this, it can be really clear, and then you can see the fish swimming around in there,
Yeah.
which is really cool. You can't see that on the west coast of Florida. It's too murky.
I feel like there have been times when I went out with like a little snorkel and it was fun.
They're just goggles. Now
It's interesting how that high tide ridge changes depending on where you are on the beach. This is way too high for me to climb. Now this specific beach, has it had any dredging, the sand?
Yes.
Okay.
They keep replenishing it
So what happened? Like why do they need to replace the sand?
because of this. These waves come in like this, and they just eat away. They take the sand away. The undertow takes the sand away, and
Hey, Merry Christmas, Nabul.
it doesn't come back. It just washes the beach away. So we've been here before when we saw the dredges out there.
Yeah.
They've been out there dredging the sand to push it on shore.
It'll be like these huge ships. They look like oil tankers out
With
there.
a great big pipe, great big metal thing that brings the sand onto the beach. But
And-
they're going to have to do that here because you can see how much sand got washed away. Like they didn't make this a cliff after they're done replenishing it.
Oh wow. So if I understand correctly, the natural beach at one point was that high, like the height of that. And then just
Well, I'm not sure about that, but I know that there wasn't a cliff here.
I mean
I don't remember there being that cliff here back when we started coming here.
it would make sense because that seems to be where the trees are growing. Now it also affects the quality of the sand, correct?
Yeah, you get what you get.
So sometimes the dredging is they pull up sand from way out in the ocean. So sometimes if you're on a beach that's had a lot of dredging, the sand is just a little rougher, just a little more coarse. I'm glad you enjoy experiencing a little bit of life outside of the Big Apple as well. It's nice to have a little change of scenery, and it's close to sunset, so I think in New York the sun is already set.
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock. We got another 20 minutes.
Oh, we have a big hole. Shall we go see the big hole? There's a big hole.
We should probably do judo here tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a bit far. We were at one point in time very ambitious and thought we'd walk all the way down to the pier, but instead I think I want to go look at the big hole. Can I film the big hole? Can I film the big hole? Look at this big hole. Oh my goodness. That
How long did that take?
wait,
I've been taking for maybe 30 minutes now.
That's it?
that's it? Wait, I gotta get around to the other side because it looks. Look at this big hole. What inspired this big hole? Observe.
Water, that's what I'm also trying to figure out.
Oh, one of the goals here is to see if we hit water. But do you mind if I ask how tall you are?
6'3".
Oh, so this is probably like a 5-foot hole. Wow. And we haven't hit water yet. You found treasure? Well, let me know if you find any treasure.
Why there's a cliff
All right. Thank you. That was
there. See, this is a hill, so I'm thinking that it was the beach.
yeah, well, because he hasn't hit water. That was the biggest hole I've ever seen at the beach.
Yeah, it's like this was all beach. And then where the cliff is where the beach is watching.
All right. Well, I think we might start to wrap this one up.
Because we have to get back.
We do have to get back. We have very important Christmas Eve traditions to fulfill. I have Christmas cookies to bake. We got dinners to make. So yes, David, he really dug that whole hole, that whole 5-foot hole. It is huge. So we are going to say goodbye for now. So say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for watching and Merry Christmas Eve.